So it appears that the campsite right next to the day use area is the campsite for Walsingham Campground, maybe. I'll have to walk over and see what the site that Google is telling me over there is supposed to be the campsite. Maybe it's an old campsite. It doesn't appear on my GPS, my Gaia GPS trail map and everything. So we'll wander over that way eventually. But for now, we are at Walsingham Park, and this is the canoe drop-in. Although, maybe the water gets higher sometime. This is a drop down, which I'm fine with because I'll just get a rope for my kayak, drop it in, make sure it doesn't go anywhere, walk down these beautiful steps into this beautiful clear water, and maybe float around. It'd be nice if I could get my way upstream against the current for a while until I'm tired and then float my way back. We'll see what happens. Definitely going to get in that water sometime soon. Oh, good to be out of the car. The birds are chirping. It's going to be a nice week, I think. Okay, we parked back there because some of this hilly road was pretty loose sand, and I didn't want to drive back here and get stuck if I didn't have to. And I'm not supposed to check in for about an hour, so I figured I'd walk down here on foot and see if this still is where a campsite is. Oh, I see a pavilion. Is it my lucky day? It's my somewhat lucky day. I do have a pavilion, a fire ring, which I can't use because we're under a fire ban. There's a grill, which I could use, but I probably won't because I'm not going to burn anything with this fire ban in dry weather. But yeah, cool. Pavilion. Not a lot of trees like I was hoping, but I suppose this is what is intended by the Walsingham camp. So I guess I could go back to the park where the drop-in is, hang out for the hour until it's time to check in, but I also have to jump out of Zoom for work and that around that time, so I might as well kind of hold off on doing anything as far as getting in water, inflating kayaks, setting up any camps till after I get all that work stuff done, and then we'll have some fun. All right. Yeah. So yeah, this is the loose sand that I didn't want to get stuck in. If you get off the driven beaten path into anything that's uncompacted, that's the loose stuff, then I'm sure I'd get out, but who wants to risk it? I'm in the middle of nowhere, and the one sheriff I followed in is probably long gone. So I think I'll head back out of the park where there is a portable toilet so I can take care of business before I come to my campsite. I'll have to do that every night. So things to know. Should have brought my toilet just in case. My pop-up bathroom and toilet would have worked really well out there, but I decided against it because I was certain there was a toilet close by. Lesson learned. Be prepared. It's not so bad. I do have a lot of privacy back there, though, so there's upsides. So we got till the 3 o'clock hour, the local 3, and came down our little sandy road here to our little pavilion, and we're just getting sprinkled on now. We're getting a nice drizzle shower somewhere in between. Perhaps you can hear the sound of it on the metal roof. I hope we get a steady rain or something, especially overnight when I'm sleeping. It'll be nice to hear, but either way, I'm sure there'll be plenty of sun and plenty of hot weather to get in the water. So whatever comes with the rain, I'll definitely accept very happily. For now, we're gonna sit down, maybe get a snack, sit in our rocking chair, the kickback rocker, and maybe listen to a couple podcasts or some music and see if we get a break in the rain. Then I'll start setting up camp and worry about putting together a place to stay for the night, maybe even some dinner. So we shall see. Okay. Excitement. So right across the little sand road from our campsite is a little path that leads right down to the river. Now this is feasible. I might be willing to carry my kayak down here. Might. So yeah, that's maybe not even 100 yards from the campsite. A little tight if I have the kayak inflated to get it down here with the paddle and my other gear, but I could come down here bit by bit and drop in at this bend, and we would have, I don't know, maybe a half mile before we get down to Walsingham Park. I'd have to map it out on the GPS app, but I could even paddle my way upstream and see how far I feel like getting. So yeah, there's more to see out there. Definitely want to drop in way up top at some point, but if it's not this trip, then maybe I'll come back again some other time. There is a lookout at the Seashell campground or campsite, which is 2 up. There's Longleaf, I think Longleaf, and then yeah, Seashell before you get to Devil's Hole. And there is on the map some binoculars, which means some kind of lookout at Seashell. Both Seashell and Longleaf look like they're backed up to little bends in the river, so they might both have access. Maybe probably better than what we have here, but I'm super stoked that I got something I can get to, and it's my own little private access, because who else is going to be down this little sandy road, you know, across from my camp? So checking the weather, obviously rain. We got it for the next hour. We got a nice little storm system making its way across. I'm all for it. I got nothing else to do tonight. I'm in no rush to set up camp. I can get in the tent whenever. I might put the tent under here, who knows. I love the rain when I've got somewhere to hide from it. And we definitely need it here in Florida. This is gonna be fun. Okay, it's starting to pick back up. Time to go. Check both ways. Okay, we're good. Not too bad. Okay, time to rest. And here goes 1 2/3 cup. I think it said. Honestly, when it comes out of that Reflectix pouch, it's still so hot that I have to resist or else I burn myself. It is a great way to cook because these things do a good job. That triples it, I feel like, as far as keeping it hot. Ooh. Buffalo, yeah. Flavor is awesome. Definitely feeling some buffalo heat. The chicken, I can taste chicken in there. Like I said, the Reflectix bag keeps it so hot. It's been 13 minutes. I pulled it out, I let it sit here for a minute or two. It's still piping hot, which would be awesome if I was in, cold weather. Which I've been in cold weather, but man, that bag is great. Yeah, it's very soupy. It's more like a macaroni and cheese and chicken and veggie stew, which I'm down with. It's delicious. It's thick, creamy. It's delicious. As I remember, it gets dark pretty early here, so you can always string up some lights, I guess. We'll make do. Good. Okay, that was one of the best heat and eat or rehydrate and eat meals I have ever had. Makes it a lot easier, huh? Just a bit of a sunset behind those clouds. We've got a break in the rain. We're gonna go check out the water again. Chile. Yeah, that's pretty slow going that way. I gotta do this with a kayak. Yep. Very nice. Not a bad sky. Whew. 4 minutes to 6. Sun's up somewhere behind some clouds, but we got a truck rolled through about 5 to 5 this morning, and I was up for that, so I must have gotten up somewhere around 4:30 or 4 or something. Just laid there till it got light enough to drive over, hit the bathroom over at the launch, the canoe launch at Walsingham Park. And yeah, looks like it's gonna be a beautiful day. We're gonna have somewhere in the 80s. Perfect. Definitely warm enough to get in some water, so we're not really splashing around too much. We'll be in the kayak mostly, but obviously I'll have to get in at least half my body to secure, and maybe even have to drag the kayak over some stuff, so we shall see. I definitely can drop in here. I can drive my car down to the park and walk back if I inflate the kayak first. I can just leave the kayak here, toss it by my tent, walk back. Hopefully I can carry it down through this narrow path, and then should be able to float down, or float and portage my kayak down to Walsingham Park. I don't think it's all that far, but at least I can say I floated the river a little bit. Of course I can row against the current and go see what's upstream from me, but I'll probably start with that actually. So go up as far as I feel like paddling, and then just float back down. Sounds like a plan. Sometime this afternoon or midday. So yeah, the tent under the pavilion is pretty convenient. Wouldn't need to do it if there were actually a flat spot anywhere at this campsite other than right here on the road in front of the pavilion. The rest of it's all undulating, slanted. Nothing's flat. It's all pretty much sand. So my tent stakes would be fine. They would hold the corners perfectly fine in this, but getting poles with guy lines tight and staked in all the corners, because there's no real trees. I suppose I could use
a pole or two off of the pavilion, but I'd still need a couple stakes or a couple poles with multiple stakes in those. And they're just going to pull out of the sand. I guess I could put, yeah, lots of stakes in and probably hold it, but getting a tight tarp in this type of soil is not easy. Just gonna leave the tent here because it's going to rain Saturday right before I pack up, supposedly Saturday morning. So while it would be beautiful for the next couple days, I could have the tent out. I just don't feel like setting it up and moving it again. I'll move it if somebody comes by and tells me that this isn't allowed, but I've definitely done it before at other sites, and we'll see how many people actually roll by at this site. It's a little bit off of the beaten path towards the other campsites and parks, so we shall see. And our sun should be up enough to get our solar panels out in a little bit, but our come on, wake up. Let's see. Our Blue Eddy right now, we're still sitting at 75%, so we're in no rush there. 96 on that. We've got plenty of power today.
Oh, it's a swift section there. We're paddling our ass off to get out of those trees there, where the water gets pinched off by the trees that are falling. The current gets swift, and I'm not dragging, I'm just hitting current. Slows it down a lot going upstream. But it's good. The fin that dangles off the back, my tail fin there, it's underneath the empty part of the kayak, so it actually just lifts up as it brushes against the fallen trees, or if it were to hit a sandbar or anything. So luckily that's not impeding us. Cool. I don't imagine a lot of people are coming down here. Definitely not fit for boats. Yeah, I remember the Escambia over at the west end of the state in Florida. I was getting into wide open waters and it was flowing, but it was lazy. This is spring water. This is swifter than that. This is good exercise. This is lots of fallen trees as well. Here comes another one underneath us. Yep. Oh, we ran aground on that. Ran a tree. Alright. Got most of us past it. Oops. I gotta get that tail fin over. Alright, we're good. Okay. Pulled up into some trees and a little bit of a alcove here. Current's still pulling me. It's definitely pulling me away from the side here. I'm gonna be floating back as soon as I let go of this log. It's a decent current. It's beautiful, crystal clear water. Cool sides, cool area to float through. Lots of fallen trees and dead wood. And definitely refreshing water. Alright, I'm barely hanging on right now. It's time to float back down the river. Luckily, this is the easy part. Oh, that's not. Oh, that's nice. Yep. We're bumping a log. Ooh. Ah, crash. Oh, we're cruising now. This is the life. This is worth coming out here for sure. So many little fish. So the idea is to drive the car down to Walsingham Park and then walk our way back up here, and then we're going to drop the kayak in at our little access to the river here, the creek right here next to the campsite, and then I'll float down, hopefully be able to pull out right there at Walsingham Park, and then we'll just drive back up here. That's the idea anyway. There we go, making our little bit of a spin here. Okay. It's time for us to head upstream and drop in. Hopefully we end up back here at the Walsingham Park. We shall see. So that's good to know. There is a catchment tarp here. Obviously I can drag my kayak over that, but good to be aware of anyway. We'll survive. I think we'll get through. Only one way to find out. That's to give it a shot. We are back in business. There we go. Oh, we're gonna drag at some point. This is some shallow water. And away we go. Floating sideways. Down the Econfina. Paddling with one hand is difficult. And there's our bridge. Hey guys! This water moves. Oh, we're gonna drag that tail fin over. Let's step here. Plenty of trees, huh? Okay. Hey! Success! We've reached it. Oh. Well. We don't have too much further to go. Oh, these are all mossy. Sandy moss. Oh. So we're back to the park. That's where we gotta get out. Oh. Gotta reverse. Maybe tomorrow we'll float down. See what's going on down that way. Yep, we're floating away. All right, I gotta paddle back to the dock here. Okay, that was a nice, adventurous float. It might be worth doing again tomorrow. Well, that was a fun time. It's not the most beautiful water, but it does have a little appeal. Very different from the Florida, I know. I love being out here and seeing these hills, the long pines. It just smells really good out here. It smells like fir tree. There's some sketchy areas coming through where the ruts get deep, and the center is definitely going to hit your undercarriage if you're dealing with anything low. Like, what do I have, like a 9-inch clearance on that CRV? Definitely wouldn't come up this way in a sedan. Any truck or SUV should be fine though. Well, so far. We're getting swarmed. Look at all these bugs. They just came in a giant swarm and engulfed everything. Unfortunately, the car was open. I think a few got in there. Ugh. Yeah. Get off of me.
cow. Yeah, we just got inundated. Luckily they're not biting type. Just annoying. Okay, this is insane. I am getting covered in bugs. What is going on? This is just swarmed out of nowhere. This is just insane. Oh my god. Maybe I have to go jump in the river. Oh man. This is nuts. Man. Alright. This is crazy. This just came out of nowhere. Look at this. Looks like an infestation. Oh, they're getting up underneath my collar. Alright. So we're fully clothed again, despite it being 81 degrees, because the swarms, just insane. I think it's past its peak, but whew, so many bugs. I think we're gonna have to go take a dip, cool off. It's still 80 degrees at 5:30. And away we go. Okay, I think we're packed up. I think we're cleaned up. I'm gonna move this picnic table back, but we are gonna get out of here because there's another rainstorm coming on the way. Looks good to me.